I would like to acknowledge the traditional custodians of the land on which this episode is being recorded and pay my respects to elders past, present and emerging. I extend that respect to Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander peoples today. Welcome to Can I Get a Refill, the podcast that offers a nurturing and inspirational space for honest and open discussions around career aspirations, wealth creation, motherhood, healthy relationships with others and the self, as well as an emphasis on physical, mental, and spiritual well-being. Join us for light-hearted, authentic chats with like-minded women, as well as more in-depth discussions with industry professionals to support your ambitions and heal old wounds, as we empower you to regularly fill up your own cup. I'm your host, Steph Bruno-Newton, singer, writer, recovering people pleaser, first-time podcast host, and first-time mum. Thank you for pressing play today, and now let's get into the episode. Hello and welcome back to the Can I Get a Refill podcast. Bit of a different one today. I'm on my own for only the second time, which I actually don't love. I did one earlier this year and I thought it was a little bit shit, but you guys seem to love it. So we're going to go do another one just on my own. It's just getting to that really busy time of year where it's fun. It's a really, really fun time of year, but we're all really overstretched. And I thought it's really good to just do a really quick punchy episode where we're talking about 10 ways to embrace wellbeing. So just some really quick things you can listen to and implement into your day to just maybe feel like you're filling up your cup a little bit whilst you're pouring into everyone else's as we approach the festive season. It's a beautiful day today when I'm recording this, just a few days before you listen to it. Really warm and sunny. I'm going to take my baby for a nice walk on the beach after this. And if you're watching this on video, you can probably see my Temple and Webster boxes in the background because my boy is not going in his bassinet anymore. So we've upgraded to a big boy bed. So hubby and I will pop that together this afternoon. All right, let's just dive straight into it. Number 1, cultivate mindfulness and meditation. It's number 1 for a reason. It's absolutely a game changer. And for years, everyone always says, and I said this for years, I can't meditate because I can't slow my mind or I can't shut my mind up. It's impossible to shut your mind up. That's never going to happen. You're never going to eliminate thoughts. The whole point of meditation is to allow the thoughts to pass and bring yourself back in. So it's almost a way of, I always refer to it as getting out of my head and into my body. A lot of the time, I get anxiety. A lot of us get anxiety. I go to a psychologist to work even deeper on that. A lot of the thing is that we're jumping ahead. We're not in the moment. We're jumping ahead to the next moment. Or you might be being a bit melancholy and thinking about the past. But being mindful means being in the present moment. It feels almost impossible to feel anxious when you're in the present moment. And the best way to do that is to get out of your head and into your body. And I remember reading someone once saying something like, if you're in the midst of a panic attack, grip something. Like if you're sitting on the train, grip the chair or, your steering wheel, because it's something about the touching sort of helps you to get into your body and out of your mind. So start really slow. I actually like guided meditation. I know that there's lots of apps out there, like I think it's Calm, and I had the apps, but my very favorite is Boho Beautiful, has a lot of free content on YouTube. She's also got an app, so you can download that. Just type in Boho Beautiful Meditation, and she also does yoga, so I do both, Boho Beautiful Meditation and Boho Beautiful Yoga, just on YouTube, all free content. Start with a 10-minute one. I also heard someone say once, if you don't have time for a 10-minute meditation, you should be doing an hour meditation, because if you're that busy, you're the person who really needs meditation the most. And another thing I read once of a surgeon who operates, I think it was a brain surgeon, and he said when he's super, super tired and underslept, if he can't fit in a nap, he'll fit in even a 5-minute meditation because it's that refreshing. It really helps replenish your body. So listen to the meditation. I like guided. If you don't want to, it's just a really good way, because if I start thinking about thoughts too much, she sort of brings me back to what I'm doing and then helps me with the deep breathing. I like to do a few different deep breathings. I do sort of the inhale for 8, hold for 7, exhale for 4, or you can do the 4-4-4. Any works. So the one where you hold one nostril and inhale and then switch and exhale out of the other nostril and switch. That one's a really good technique as well. Guided meditation is really great. If you want to listen to just lovely music, try typing into YouTube 432 Hertz, so 432 HZ. Music years ago, if you want to Google why they changed music, it used to be 432 hertz and then they changed it for a particular reason, and it makes us more feel on edge and a bit more anxious. And 432 hertz is something to do with the natural wave of the earth or something, and it really makes you feel grounded. If you're having trouble sleeping, you might want to pop that in the background, as long as YouTube ads don't come on, because that can be very jarring. It's a really, really beautiful music to listen to if you want to just be mindful or meditate. So sometimes when I finish my workouts and I'm doing a stretch, I'll pop that music on. But deep breathing will help bring you into the moment. You can also, if you don't want to stop, I pray that you do, but if you don't, you can also practice mindfulness when you're doing a certain task. You can do it while you're brushing your teeth and really focus on brushing your teeth and not jumping ahead to some thoughts of what you have to do next. I do it when I feed my son. I really want to be in the moment and not scrolling through my phone. So I really, really make eye contact with him, do my deep breathing, play beautiful music in the background, and that's a really nice little space in the day for me to be mindful. Number 2, make exercise a daily ritual. If you love the gym, great. My God, I love the gym. I couldn't live without it. And I haven't been going quite as much with Leo. I do a lot of circuits at home and he watches and he laughs. I'm going to have to do a video and put it on Instagram. It's hilarious. Whenever I kick or jump or spin or something, he thinks it's hilarious. If you don't want to do a gym or heavy workouts, go for a walk in nature. There's nothing like it. If you have issues with your joints, go to a pool. You can even do walking laps in a pool. I did that when I had a knee injury. That was the best. If you're looking for free content to exercise at home, I love Sydney Cummings. She's a US fitness influencer. I think she broke the Guinness World Records for the most streamed online fitness content, I think. Don't quote me. Awesome workouts. Did them before I was pregnant, did them all through my pregnancy, because she has ones where she's like 33 weeks pregnant. And I remember being 33 weeks pregnant with her and feeling like we were aligned. I make substitutions. If there's certain things that I can't do, like burpees at the time, you can just make substitutions. And I'm back to doing them now that Leo's born, and I just got into my first burpee and mountain climbers since giving birth, so I felt pretty excited about that. Awesome workouts, half an hour, 40 minutes, hour. I even did them like in Airbnbs in Morocco because they're really great to do on the go. Don't even need equipment. Fantastic. But there's something about exercise. Sorry, my son's crying in the background. Alan's got him in the bedroom. Hope you don't hear it. If it's not just releasing endorphins. As I said, have been seeing a psychologist, and she made this really great point that really turned on a light bulb for me. If you've heard the difference between being in your sympathetic and your parasympathetic nervous system, exercise is actually a great way for the body to be able to flick between the two. So that's another reason why exercise is so great. If you don't like exercising on your own, maybe grab a buddy and you can do it with a buddy. But that's just really something, not just for your physical, but it's something when I'm anxious and I'm in the house, as soon as I get out and start walking or do exercise, within 10 minutes I feel the anxious feeling leave my body. So try and make space for that in your day, even if it's just 20 minutes. Number 3, fuel your body with a balanced food routine. So I've had an episode with nutritionist Latoya Cruz. You can go back and listen to that. Just try and eat as much whole foods as you can. Try and plan your food so you're not having food on the go or processed foods. I always quote Louise Hay. She always used to say, my diet is simple. If it grows, eat it. If it doesn't grow, don't eat it. You know how you feel after you've had your hungover Macca's meal. It's great in the moment. We all need it every now and then. But I feel like shit after it. So try and incorporate as many whole foods as possible. And gut health adds to your mental health too. So you want to make sure you're keeping your gut happy. Number 4, prioritize quality sleep. So this is key. So a lot of people talk about, I never knew what this was until Ash mentioned it in an episode, sleep hygiene. So there's a lot of things you can do to make sure you're getting quality sleep. So you can look at the airflow in your room, the lighting in your room, not, looking at screen time an hour before bed, the type of bedding you have, sort of just also having like a nice wind down night routine. So that's something I like to give Leo to Alan in the night and go do my dry brushing and then my shower and then my little face beauty routine. And then I do sort of oil my legs and do like a scraping thing. And then I love to read before bed, but I've been reading a lot of thrillers lately and it actually makes me have really bad nightmares, so I should read more relaxing content. But prioritize your sleep. We're not always going to get the 8 hours sleep we can, but just do what you can. And you're the one in charge of your schedule in the day. If it's going to eat into the sleep that you're getting, take something out so you can get a good night's rest. Number 5, limit screen time. Book in digital detox hours once a week. So I've started doing this either on a Saturday or a Sunday. I follow this vlogger. She's a little bit religious, but she calls it a Sabbath day. But it really, really makes a difference. I just said to Alan the other day, I realised the only time I'm really on my phone is when I've posted things and then I'm looking at who's looked at my content, which is so dumb. And it's very big of me to admit that I do that because I know you'll do that too. But otherwise, I don't need to scroll. And then, you know what I've started doing? I don't know if you've heard this, but Alan calls it doing a 90s poop if you go to the bathroom without your phone. I have a stack of magazines in there. Some are from like 2016. But it's very good to not take your phone to the bathroom and be in the moment. So again, I'm trying to get back to the turning my phone on flight mode around 7 p.m. I just do what I have to do during the day. Then I like to watch a movie with Alan without the temptation of scrolling through it. If it's next to me, I feel my body, it's calling to me. And I feel my body reaching for it. If it's on charge in the bathroom, I don't think about it. It's the same as when I go to the cinemas. I never think to look at my phone. So see if you can put it in another room, put it on flight mode, or have just block out hours where you're doing something where you're in the moment. And if you need to, years ago when I used to smoke, I haven't smoked since October 2006, but when I quit, it was not so much I was craving the cigarette, I was craving the routine. I used to work at Myer in the city, and that was my little escape from work to go outside and have a breather to myself. That's when I developed a buying magazine fetish, because that was my way to substitute it. I just got some habit to substitute that habit so that I was taking time to myself. So grab a book instead of your phone and you'll feel yourself be more in the present moment without scrolling. Number 6, master the art of time management. I can tell you now that every single time I'm running late, I'm anxious. I'm having a meltdown. And now that I have to dress and feed another human being, I freak out if I'm running late. So that's up to me. I am always saying to you, no one's in charge of your diary but yourself. Look at what you're doing during the week. What can you cut out? What can you not? Don't overbook yourself. I always say if I'm doing like a big Saturday catching up with people, I'm blocked out on Sunday and it's either me time or me and Leo time or Alan, Leo and myself. Just literally put in your diary, even if you put a calendar invite to yourself when no one can send you anything, that's your alone time. That's when you're going to go have an infrared sauna. That's when you're going to go lay in the backyard. So just have a look at your time management. Do not overbook yourself. Number 7, very key at this time of year, hydration. So you want to moderate caffeine and sugar intake as advised by nutritionists. I'm not a nutritionist, but we're all going out, we're all hot, we're all busy, and we're all drinking in this festive season. So dear Lord, your coconut water, your electrolytes, your hydrolyte, whatever it is, but keep the water up. If you have a hubby that was out getting wasted on Melbourne Cup and came home, I texted my best friend. I said, I know he's hammered because he's just changed his WhatsApp profile photo to a photo of Leo and I, which he would never do. And his screensaver, we've been together 9 years. I've never been a screensaver on his phone. So my advice to him was, when he got home was, why don't you just have a water in between each drink? Excuse yourself to go to the bathroom and have a water at the bar. So please, dear friends, stay hydrated. Otherwise you might change your phone screensaver is something you don't want to do. Number 8, foster social connections. This is something, now I'm going to talk about boundaries, which I always do, but having social connections is vital. This is something that came up for a lot of us in lockdown because we probably took for granted that we could always see friends and family. So at the moment, as most of you may know, I'm on maternity leave, and it's really important for me to keep up talking to people because I'm home so much and I'm not seeing the girls in the office, or talking to other mums, and especially mums that I've only recently met and made really good friendships with because we're in the same stage of life, and having them to either text or call or catch up and have walks and little play dates with the kids has been really, really good for my mental health. Even doing this podcast and I'm really glad I did this podcast, and I'm going to talk about that more at the last episode of the year because it was a really good not only creative outlet, but a social connection for me to have people in my home all the time and being able to see people. So it's been really important. I like to black out time for myself, but if it's been too many days in a row, I can feel myself feeling that need to make connections with someone. And I realised that in lockdown when I became friends with everyone at Australia Post because I was going there to drop off parcels and I was really missing talking to someone. And I worked my whole life in retail and I'm a people person. So that's really important. So foster your social connections. Number 9, the caveat to that is establish clear boundaries. Again, always comes down to you. Please do not get angry at people if you haven't set clear boundaries and they're overstepping them. You need to establish what those boundaries are. It could be not taking calls after a certain amount of time, not having too many catch-ups, just the boundaries. I was talking to a mum this week and she said, I've just blocked out any catch-ups with people and now I'm feeling good and now I'm ready to catch up with people again. So when you feel yourself sinking, it's time for you to put up your hand and say, I need some alone time, I need some space. You know what? Also with the boundaries, it's also reaching out if you need help as well, or delegating. So I said, I'm with Leah all the time and it's great and I love it. And last night I hit a wall. And this happens all the time. I'll go and go and go. And then I hit a wall and I said to Alan, I need you to take him and I need you to take the night feed. I'm going to bed. And I read my book and I slept in my own bed and it felt fantastic. And I feel way refreshed today. So establish your clear boundaries and ask for help when you need it. And finally, number 10, be kind to yourself. Some days you'll miss some steps. This is so vital. This is something all year I've been talking about, filling up your cup, but every day can't be perfect. And this is 100% what I've learned this year and last year as well. I will get disappointed with myself if I don't tick off everything in my diary list. And now, I don't know, since with Leo, I realised that it's just not achievable. You know what? There's always tomorrow. If I didn't get through everything today, or if I didn't have a perfect workout routine or eating routine, and we're cyclical. When I have PMS, I need more snacks. I need more rest. And that's fine. It doesn't mean I failed. It's just sort of each day is different. It's just a whole cycle. So truly, truly be kind to yourself like you would be kind to someone else. When you have someone who cancels on you, I'm sure you very rarely get angry with them. You understand that they need some time. So I need you to do that for yourself. I guarantee you put way more pressure on yourself than you put on other people. So be kind to yourself. We've got a few more episodes of the year. I've got some more helpful content for surviving the festive season coming up soon, but I thought this was a great way to pop in your ears and just give you a few tips to keep up the well-being and fill up your own cup. Thank you. Love you. Have a great week, and I'll talk to you again soon. Bye. There is no resource more valuable than time, and I thank you for spending your time with us today. Your voice is so important, and we would love to hear which topics you would like discussed in future episodes. Please reach out via Instagram at Can I Get a Refill podcast or on our private Facebook group to let us know. If you enjoyed this or previous episodes, we would be so grateful if you could please subscribe, rate, and review to help our voices continue to be heard. Catch you in the next episode.